Thank you so much. We are also streaming live onto our YouTube channel, Chipped Ambassador Team 123 International. So we are streaming live on that platform, ladies and gentlemen. And okay. Right, so let me run very fast because of time and make sure everything is in the right order. Okay. Right, we are good to go now. Okay. So it means all the things we do in our life depend on our decisions we take. But most of our decisions we take in life, ladies and gentlemen, affect our results. That's why I think, and I have a feeling, that we can take charge of our decisions. And if we take charge of our decisions, we can live a better life. I don't want you to depend your decisions because of your past. I don't want you to depend your decisions because of the people that are surrounding you. That's why I want to play 2 short videos about leadership. Because, ladies and gentlemen, this is what determines your result. For example, I'm just going to talk about the first inevitable law of leadership, which says the law of the lead. Look, ladies and gentlemen, leaders in the house. If my leadership, if this is my left hand, and my leadership is at 4, and this is my business, let me get off this filter. Okay, if this is my leadership level, and this is my business, okay, even if I work so hard, my business can never go beyond my leadership level. Someone says, cannot see anything. Are you sure? I'm not seeing anything. Are you sure? Okay, let me now play my first video because I need now to save time. Okay, let me play my first video. My first video is about leadership, and we shall be getting in that very fast to save time. Then I go to skills. Then we shall be calling it a day. Okay. Today I said I'm going to talk about how to share, but first, the law number 11 is the law of the inner circle. And the law of the inner circle says a leader's potential is determined by those closest. Your potential and my potential is going to be determined by those closest to me. Teddy Roosevelt said in your notes, the best executive is one who has the sense enough to pick good men to do what he wants done and self-restraint enough to keep from meddling while they do it. Lou Holtz, who's a good buddy, one time said, John, here's the way it works in coaching. Sharing this law with you. The law of the inner circle. Law number 11 is the law of the inner circle. And the law of the inner circle says a leader's potential is determined by those closest to you. Your potential and my potential is going to be determined by those closest to me. Teddy Roosevelt said in your notes, the best executive is one who has the sense enough to pick good men
to do what he wants done and self-restraint enough to keep from meddling while they do. Lou Holtz is a good buddy. One time said, John, here's the way it works in coaching football. If you've got a bad coach but a good players, you'll have a losing season. He said, if you have a good coach and a bad player, you'll have a losing season. They said, if you have a good coach and good players, you'll have a winning season. It said, John, remember, it takes a good coach. In other words, it takes a good leader. And it takes good players. And a good leader is no substitute for a bunch of bad players. And a bunch of good players are no substitute for a bad leader. You got to have them both. Now, the law of the inner circle is one that I'm very passionate about. I want to do a good job sharing this law with you. You see, I was 40 years of age, kind of not having a midlife crisis. I didn't have one. I didn't really have time for one. But I was 40 years of age, and I began to ask myself this question. Why is it that I'm not achieving all that I want to achieve? I got in a couple of days of really kind of melancholy. I was a little bit frustrated. The reason I was so frustrated was because I just hadn't hit all my goals. And when I began to ask myself, why didn't I knew I was very disciplined. I worked hard. I have some gifts in the areas that I'm working. And I thought, by now I should be a lot better than I am. Then it hit me. The reason I wasn't hitting all my goals was because I didn't have a good team around. That's when the law of inner circle really came to me. I found this law at the age of 40 because all of a sudden I realized that if I was going to really reach my potential, I was going to have to reach my potential with people. Now, when I wrote the book, The 17 Laws of Teamwork, the first law of the law of teamwork is the law of significance. And the law of significance says one is too small of a number to achieve greatness. It's a great law. In other words, you can't do anything significant by yourself. So therefore, if you're one of these kind of people that likes being a self-made man, so once in a while people say, I'm a self-made man. They want me to congratulate them. I always look at it and say, oh, that's too bad. Hey, dear. So you made everything yourself. You haven't think about it. You see, the law of the inner circle says, if you really want to achieve great things, you've got to bring people around you, this inner circle around you, these players that really make a difference. And one of the things that's so exciting about team leadership, and one of the reasons I love teaching 21 laws is, as I've shared with you before, not everybody does all 21 laws well. And going back to an illustration I used on the law, circle around you, these key players that really make a difference. Hear that. See, you made everything yourself. You see, the law of the inner circle says, if you really want to achieve great things, you've got to bring people around you, this inner circle around you, these key players that really make a difference. And one of the things that's so exciting about team leadership, and one of the reasons I love teaching 21 laws is, as I've shared with you before, not everybody does all 21 laws well. And going back to an illustration I used on the law of navigating, if Chuck is a good
by those closest to him. Your potential and my potential is going to be determined by those closest to me. The law of the inner circle. Law number 11 is the law of the inner circle, and the law of the inner circle says a leader's potential is determined by those closest to him. Your potential and my potential is going to be determined by those closest to me. Teddy Roosevelt said in your notes, the best executive is one who has the sense enough to pick good men to do what he wants done and self-restraint enough to keep from meddling while they do it. Lou Holtz, who's a good buddy, one time said, John, here's the way it works in coaching football. If you've got a bad coach but good players, you'll have a losing season. He said if you have a good coach and bad players, you'll have a losing season. But he said if you have a good coach and good players, you'll have a winning season. And said, John, remember, it takes a good coach. In other words, it takes a good leader, and it takes good players. And a good leader is no substitute for a bunch of bad players. And a bunch of good players are no substitute for a bad leader. You got to have them both. Now, the law of the inner circle is one that I'm very passionate about, and I want to do a good job sharing this law with you. You see, I was 40 years of age, kind of not having a midlife crisis. I didn't have one. I didn't really have time for one. But I was 40 years of age, and I began to ask myself this question: why is it that I'm not achieving all that I want to achieve? I got in a couple days of really kind of melancholy. I was a little bit frustrated. The reason I was so frustrated was because I just hadn't hit all of my goals. And when I began to ask myself why I didn't hit my goals, I looked at myself and I knew I was very disciplined. I worked hard. I have some gifts in the areas that I'm working. And I thought, by now I should be a lot better than I am. And then it hit me. The reason I wasn't hitting all my goals was because I didn't have a good team around me. That's when the law of inner circle really came to me. I formed this law at the age of 40 because all of a sudden I realized that if I was going to really reach my potential, I was going to have to reach my potential with people. Now, when I wrote the book, The 17 Laws of Teamwork, the first law of the law of teamwork is the law of significance, and the law of significance says one is too small of a number to achieve greatness. It's a great law. In other words, you can't do anything significant by yourself. So therefore, if you're one of these kind of people that likes being a self-made man, so once in a while people say, I'm a self-made man. They want me to congratulate them. I always look at them and say, oh, that's too bad. I hate to hear that. Because if you've made everything yourself, you haven't made much. You see, the law of the inner circle says, if you really want to achieve great things, you've got to bring people around you, this inner circle around you, these key players that really make a difference. And one of the things that's so exciting about team leadership, and one of the reasons I love teaching the 21 laws is, as I've shared with you before, not everybody does all 21 laws well. And going back to an illustration I used on the law of navigating, if Chuck is a good navigator and I'm not a good navigator, team leadership begins to be huge. And what I need to do is I need to understand each one of my players and what their strengths are. And if this truly is my team, if this is my team, I'm going to tell you right now, this team is going to make me or they're going to break me. Isn't that true? Think about the people closest to you right now. They're either your greatest asset or your biggest liability. And every once in a while I run the leaders and say, man, I'm telling you right now, I can't get my team to come along and they're not doing this. I mean, by the way, it's not any fun. Is it any fun to hit the ball and drag Charlie, hit the ball and drag Charlie, hit the ball and drag Charlie, hit the ball and drag? After a while, don't you just want to hit Charlie? Again, in the laws of teamwork, in the 17 laws of teamwork, one of the laws is the law of the chain. And the law of the chain says that the weakest link determines the strength of your team. You've got to have a team around you. You've got to have an inner circle. And the question I would ask you is a very simple question. Look at the 5 or 7. I'm not talking about everybody in your organization. I'm talking about everybody in your department. But look at the 5 or 6 key people. And ask yourself a very valid question. Are these people adding value to me? Or are they pulling me down? This is huge. Are they an asset? Or are they a liability? I've often said to your inner circle, they carry around the company, they carry around 2 buckets. One has water and one has gasoline. And a little fire problem, a spark of contention breaks out in your organization, your department or something, and they run over and they got these 2 buckets, one with water, one with gasoline. And how they use those buckets determine what kind of a problem you have when they're done with it. I mean, a lot of them, they'll take that water and put it on that fire and it all smolders out and it's a little puff of smoke and it's nothing, and you get done and you say, oh my goodness, that was no big deal. Or haven't you had people in your inner circle? They took that bucket of gasoline and they saw this little spark of fire and they threw that bucket of gasoline on, and when they got done, the city fire department was out. I've seen it happen many, many times. I would say this about your success as a leader. Your ability to have a good inner circle around you and your ability to train them and develop them is absolutely essential to your success. So let me share with you some inner circle commitments that you need to make. Let me share with you some commitments that you need to make as a leader to get your inner circle to where it needs to be. First of all, I would make this inner circle commitment to team leadership. No longer become or be the Lone Ranger. Say, I'm going to lead, but I'm going to lead with people. I'm not going to just lead people, I'm going to lead with people. I'm going to develop me a leadership team. And remember, as you develop your leadership team, as you develop your inner circle, they're not there to compete with you, they're there to complete you. They're here to make you better. And by the way, you're there to make them better. You should be adding value and completing them just as they're adding value to you and they're completing you. Make a commitment, an inner circle commitment to team leadership. Secondly, evaluate your leadership team. Since the inner circle makes or breaks you, be honest in your evaluation of them. Look at them realistically. Assess them. Hold them accountable. You cannot afford to have people in your inner circle that aren't performing with excellence, that aren't giving it their best shot, that are kind of slacking on you. You can't afford that. You can't afford that to do your inner circle, and you can't afford to let them do that to you. So you've got to evaluate those people that are closest to you. And for years, I've used a grid in evaluation. It's a simple one. It doesn't need to be yours, but I'll just share it with you. It's in your notebooks. When I'm evaluating people to either come into my inner circle who are in my inner circle, I evaluate, first of all, what I call potential value. What is their potential? Many times these are people who have been able to raise themselves up, and they show great potential because if you can raise yourself up, you probably can raise others up also. I look, secondly, at positive value. Those who just lift and raise up the organization, the morale of the organization. Is it not true? Do you not know some people? Do you not know some people that they just come into the company and they just suck air out of everybody? You know what I'm talking about? You know, don't you? Aren't there just some people you just see them coming? They just open the door and you see them and they're saying, "Oh, they're coming to me. I'm about to give up energy. Huh? I'm about to feel what it's like when you're dying." And aren't there other people? They just walk in the room and your energy automatically goes up. Wow. I found out a long time ago there are two kinds of people in life, lifters and leaners. Wow. And lifters have the ability to just lift me up and help me to go to another level. And leaners, oh my goodness. You know, the leaning in the beginning isn't bad, but when it's after about 3 years, you say it's a lot of weight to carry. So I look at their potential value, I look at their positive value, I look at their personal value. I'm talking about myself now. I'm looking at what personal value are they to me. Can I look at their life and say, here is how my leadership is enriched because they are part of my life? I look, fourthly, at production value. Do they have the ability to raise up others? Do they have the ability to produce? And then the final evaluation for me is what I call proven value. Have they done it for so long that there is a trust element here now that they just always come through? I'm getting ready for a big assignment, and so yesterday I sat down with my assistant, Linda Eggers, and I kind of shared with her what I needed her to do. In fact, she's doing it right now in her office because it's a large assignment for a group of business people that I'm going to meet with for the next 2 days. Last night, I don't know, probably 9:30, she's over at my home office, and we're going through it one more time, and she says, "John, I not only have done what you've shown me," and she gives it to me, but then she said, "I realized what you wanted to have accomplished with it," so she said, "I did it this way." And she just took what I had given her to a whole new level. And I said, "Linda, one more time. You just make me better than I am. One more time, Linda. One more time, as so many times.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, very fast because of time. I need to be very fast of our topic today. We are talking about one of the important laws because today it's about leadership and skills. We're talking about one very important law of success in life. It's the law of the inner circle. So much of the decisions we take in life are determined by the inner circle. The people that you stay with in your life, most of the times, they determine your results. I know, like I said, this training is not for everybody. I know the numbers will go less because this is not for everybody, because you need to have certain skills in life to have certain significant results. Now, for you to be successful in a business like Royalq, where you want to build a team, I'm talking about team builders, you need a good team. And for you to have a good team, ladies and gentlemen, you need to understand that one is too small a number to achieve greatness. So many people want to become successful, but they want to do it alone. A lonely man is game. Allow me inform you today. The reason why today is a day of specifically giving you skills and some leadership techniques is to understand one important statement. One is too small a number to achieve greatness. Meaning, if you want to do something significant, I'm not talking about people who want simple results. Excuse me. If you are here in the house and your goal is less than $1 million, you want a wrong training. You want a wrong training. If you are here and your goal is just $200, you want a wrong training. I'm here speaking to people who have $1 million mindset. Not one, not two, not three. But if your mindset has not been able to grow to a certain capacity where there is a significant amount of money you need per day. You know, one of the challenges we face, ladies and gentlemen, is that entrepreneurs wake up every day, but they have a mindset of making a total sum of money per month. You start a great business like Royalq, but you woke up every day saying, God help me, at least I could make $500 this month. And now I'm not speaking to you. If you are here, let me help you change your mindset. The reason why you are an entrepreneur is because you can do some extraordinary activities. Someone says no sound. Sure. Can someone hear me? My connections. Then. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, leaders. What I'm saying, thank you so much. What I'm saying, there is no reason as an entrepreneur, you don't set goals per day. Why do you keep on saying that you will make what you keep saying that you will make $500, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much, per month, yet you can change your mindset to how much you can make per day. When I got started in this business, ladies and gentlemen, I had to have what they call a mind shift from making $500 per month to making $500 per day. Meaning, my activities were focusing at making $500 per day. Meaning, the amount of effort you put in depends on your goals you have set. If your mindset is seated at $500 per per month, you will not think like someone who is thinking to make $500 per day. I want to go back to the law of the inner circle. So if you understand that and it sticks in your mind, you'll understand that one is too small a number to achieve greatness. Meaning, if you want to do things in a greater way, you need a team of people. Ladies and gentlemen, I want us to mention different companies that have been successful when they are working alone. There's no great company, there's no significant company that doesn't have a team of people it works with. I'm not speaking about people who want to make $500 and they call it a day. They become too much excited about their $500 and they think all is done. No. If you want to make something good, the potential of a leader, like John C. Maxwell has said, is determined by those closest to him. What is your inner circle? The people you stay with every day, how do they think? How do they reason? Do they think making $1 million is like a dream? Do they think if you make $500 is too much? Do they think if you make $1,000 per day is too much? I was speaking to one of my friends yesterday night. This guy makes $10,000 per day. He's not doing Royalq, he's doing another business. But when I looked at him in the camera on the Zoom training I had with him, this guy had 2 ears, he had 2 eyes, he had 1 nose with 2, he had a mouth, he was even black like me. I discovered that this person had no significant difference than me. He was a human being like me. Then I wondered, if this guy can be able to make $10,000 per day, I believe I can make $10,000 per day too. So it also goes back to the mindset. You need to have a right mindset to have significant results. Because if you don't have the right mindset, it will be hard for you to have significant results. You will start thinking that having a team is hard. You start thinking that having a team is hard. But you need to remember, if you want to do something significant, one is too small a number to do something significant in this world. Now, for you to do something significant, ladies and gentlemen, you need key people. And the question is, the people in your life, are they assets or they are liabilities? The people that are around you, are they assets or are they liabilities? What do I mean? Like John C. Maxwell has said, are they lifters or they are leaners? Now the question comes to, ladies and gentlemen, leaders in the house that want to make significant income. Are you a lifter that you are lifting other people that are into your team, or you are a leaner, you are not adding value to anybody in your team? Now, the reason why you need a team, you are not competing with anybody. One of the challenges we are facing across the world, that so many people live a life of competition. You are not having a team to compete with them. You are having a team to complete something significant with them. That's why it is important for you to invite people so that together you can complete something significant in life, because you understand as a leader that one is too small a number to achieve greatness. Now, having given you that preamble understanding, having given you that mindset of business, I want to take you through the second part of business. And this says, you can achieve anything in life once you become your own catalyst. I want to also go back to John C. Maxwell, one of my mentors into the leadership skill, to talk about how can you be your own life catalyst. And I will share a video.
Today I want to talk to you about law number 6 of the laws of teamwork. It's called the law of the catalyst. And the law of the catalyst says winning teams have players that make things happen. In other words, catalysts are what I call get it done and then some people. That's just who they are. And by the way, by now in the training videos and in the studio here today, you're probably feeling pretty good. Because you've got 5 teamwork laws under your belt. And you already feel like you're a better team player. Isn't that true, huh? I mean, you just say, this is huge. How many of you just feel you're probably a little bit better now than you were a while ago? Raise your hand. Oh, yeah, that's good. Can I tell you something? You're not that good yet. You've got 12 laws to go. So look at your neighbor and say, you're good, but not that good. All right, huh? Okay. One of the privileges I have in teaching leadership for companies and organizations is every once in a while I get to do something that's really a lot of fun. And this year I was able to go to Washington, D.C. and do the NBA All-Star Game. And being a basketball fan, this was fun. Okay, and so I went and spoke to the players and some of the personnel in basketball. And when I finished speaking, Ed Rush, who's the head of the NBA officials, came up to me and introduced himself, and he said, John, he said, we take your book, The 21 Qualities of a Leader, and that's the book we train all of our NBA refs. And you're our mentor, and it's so fun. I said, oh, good, wonderful. And he said, we want to take you to lunch. I said, even more wonderful. He said, we're going to buy. I said, this is really wonderful. and so I went to lunch with half a dozen NBA refs. And so we had a great time, and they asked me a lot of questions on leadership, and they started asking me things about teamwork because they knew it back then that I was writing this book. In fact, we're going to do training with the NBA refs in the area of teamwork and have some fun there. But we had a wonderful, wonderful lunch, probably about a 2.5-hour lunch, of which I said, I don't get this opportunity to have NBA refs around me all the time. So I said, I've got some questions, basketball questions. And so, of course, me loving sports and basketball, I began to really ask some questions. And one of the questions I asked is, I said, who is the greatest player to ever play in the NBA? And to a man, all 6 of them looked at me and basically said the same thing. Do you want us to exclude Michael Jordan? And all of a sudden I realized there were great NBA players, but these NBA refs set Michael Jordan off clear to the side because he was in a class all by himself. Now, as I probed them a little bit about what made Michael Jordan great, they said more than his skills, more than his giftedness, more than his athletic ability, more than his leaping ability, more than his all this stuff. They said what made Michael Jordan great is that if you were on Michael Jordan's team, in fact, one of the NBA refs said, think about it, John, you're in the NBA Finals, and Michael Jordan is one of your teammates. He said, you knew deep down inside you were going to win. You knew somehow, some way, that guy was going to be the catalyst on the team and bring your team to victory. And I can still remember watching them play Utah a couple of years ago with my son, Joe Porter, and the game was very close, and it was down to the last few seconds, and the Chicago Bulls had the ball, and I said, Joel, I will guarantee you something. He said, what's that, Dad? I said, I will guarantee you Michael Jordan will shoot the ball, and I'll guarantee you he'll make the basket. That's exactly what happened. Why? Because Michael Jordan is a catalyst. Now, every team, to be effective, has to have that person that you just get the ball to. And here's the way I want to explain the catalyst for you. On your team, on the team that you're on, when the chips are down or where the basket needs to be made or the goal needs to be reached, who's the player that you give the ball to? That's the catalyst player. For example, the president of our Enjoy Stewardship Service Company is a man by the name of David Sutherland. And David Sutherland is not only the leader, the president of the team, he's a major catalyst. Let me explain. Several years ago, Enjoy Stewardship Services is a company that helps churches raise money for building programs, debt, retirement. And we have a goal. Within a couple of years, we will in 1 year raise over $1 billion for local congregations. So God's blessed us, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful experience. Okay, but way back 6 years ago, when this company was just being started and Dave was ahead of it, if we did 30 churches a year, we were excited. And I'll never forget, in December, the first December, I was going through the office one day, and I saw his wife, Roxine, and I said, Roxine, where's Dave? I haven't seen him for a couple of days. Oh, she said, John, she said, he's on the road. I said, what's he doing? And she said, well, he has this goal. He's of how many organizations he wants to help raise money this year. He has this goal, this number. And she said, he's short of the goal. And so she said a couple of days ago, he left, and he said, Roxine, I haven't met my goal yet. I'll come home when I've met my goal. So she said, I don't know, 2 days, 2 weeks, who knows? But she said, here's what I want you to know. She said, I've lived with him now, she said, for several years. She said, here's what when he comes home, he will have hit his goal. That's a catalyst. A person that is going to make it happen. So let me give you the characteristics of a catalyst. There are 9 of them. Number 1, intuitive. In other words, they sense things that others do not sense that makes the team successful. There's an intuitiveness about them. By the way, the best leaders, the natural leaders, the, quote, born leaders, have an intuitiveness within them. In fact, the one laws of leadership, the one law that separates the natural-born gifted leader from the non-natural-born.
Sorry for that. I was just confirming some people are calling me. Yeah.
With natural leadership skills. So they sense things that others do not sense. Secondly, they're communicators. They say things that others do not say that makes the team successful. And again, Winston Churchill is such a hero of mine and such a great leader. In the days when Nazi Germany was beginning to invade the other European countries, the present Prime Minister of England said there's no need to worry, he'll never come to England. Winston Churchill was the only voice that said we need to worry, we need to be concerned. This man won't stop. He's going to conquer England if we don't do something. What is that? That's a catalytic call. That's a catalytic communicator who when everybody else is saying one thing says, no, you don't understand. This is the way we got to go. This is what we got to do. This is what I want you to see. They're communicators that say things that others do not say. Again, always to make the team successful. Notice this. You'll see on every phrase, always to make the team successful. I'm not saying they say things others do not say. I know all kinds of people say things others do not say, and there's nothing catalytic about them. Some of them are just downright complainers. So just because you don't say, well, I say things different than everybody, I must be a catalyst. No, you may be obnoxious. You understand, you say things that others do not say to make the team successful. You sense things that others do not sense to make the team successful. The third characteristic of a catalyst leader is they are initiators. They do things that others do not do that makes the team successful. They initiate. You don't have to tell them. They're already there. In fact, I've always said, you show me a person that can initiate and you show me a person that can close. And you've got the bookends of success right there. But catalytic people are initiators. Number 4, they're passionate. They feel things that others do not feel. Again, that makes the team successful. They're passionate. They're like David facing Goliath, looking at the rest of the army of Israel and says, is there not a cause? I mean, he can't understand it. Why aren't you charging the big boy? Why they aren't charging the big boy? Because they think the big boy's going to hurt him. Hello. You see, they saw the big boy and they said, he's so big he's going to hurt us. David saw the big boy and said, he's so big I can't miss. Passion. Catalytic leaders on a team are passionate. Number 5, they're creative. They think things that others do not think that makes the team successful. They're not boxy people. They have no lines. They jump over acceptable norms to get the job done. I mean, they're again, what are they? They are make it happen people. They're catalytic. Number 6, they are givers. They give things that others do not give. That makes the team successful. They are second mile people, not first mile people. Second mile people. My friend Zig Ziglar said, get on the second mile road because he says there's less traffic there. How true that is. They're givers. They do their part, quote, and then some. Number 7, they're responsible. They carry things that others do not carry that makes the team successful. They carry their load and then some. Number 8, they're gifted. They can do things that others cannot do that makes the team successful. There's a certain ability and giftedness that makes the difference of this team player. And number 9, they're leaders. They influence people that others do not influence that makes the team successful. Now, let's talk about it for a second. In finding a leader, in finding this person that's going to be a catalyst on your team, what I want you to understand is something very simple here. When people ask me to help them get a picture of a leader, one of the first things I share with them about leaders is leaders have the ability to make things happen. That's a fact. Leaders make things happen. In fact, let me put it this way. If you cannot make things happen for yourself, you can't make things happen for others. So the first thing you do when you're looking for a leader is look for somebody who can make things happen. Because if they have the ability to produce, if they have the ability to bring home the bacon, hello? Instead of belch out the bologna? If they can bring it home, if they can do it for themselves, there's a high probability they can do it for others. If you can't do it for yourself, you probably can't do it for others. So catalysts on team, they're going to somehow find a way to get you over the top. A few weeks ago, I was in London, and when I was in London, I was with 3 wonderful.
All right, now allow me express some few points here before we go to a few skills with only in any session. Thank you. We talked about the inner circle. I talked about the importance of having a team, which now you understand. One is to number to achieve greatness. But for you also to go to another level, you need to be the catalyst of the business. You now need to be the catalyst. So what do I mean, leaders, by being a catalyst? Are you that person on your team that when others have given up, when others are not doing the business seriously, you will be able, as a leader of the team, to make things happen? Meaning, ladies and gentlemen, you cannot become a catalyst when you don't have a target. Now, I usually tell my friends that if you wake up in a day, ladies and gentlemen, and you don't have a target of the day, and you a leader, better go back and sleep because you are useless. You need to have daily targets, daily money, income targets. Because if you don't have daily targets, you don't have targets you want to achieve per day, then you will live a life like everybody. So it is very, very important for you to have targets. So on your team, you have got the right people. You need to see things other people don't see. For example, when I got started in this business, I saw that everybody on my team can make $10,000 US dollars. As I speak now, I have so many leaders in my team that make $1,000 per day. Now I'm telling them, leaders, look, since we are making $1,000 per day, I want to tell you, you can still make $2,000 per day. If you can make $2,000 per day, you can make $5,000 per day. And if you can make $5,000 per day, you can make $10,000 per day. Now, listen, for people to trust you, you must do something long enough. Now, this is what all of you, most of the leaders are facing. You think you can be part of many companies at the same time. They think they can do a lot of things at the same time. Now, what I'm saying, find one company like Royalq that is a legit business. Become passionate about it, become innovative, and become a leader that produces results. With that, ladies and gentlemen, that could mark the first part of our session today that was talking about leadership. If you have picked something, God bless you. If you have not, I pray you listen again and pick something. Next, now that we have a right mindset for business, how are we going to go outside there? Where are we going to find the people? Where are we going to find the customers? Where are we going to get the people that are going to be part of our team? Ladies and gentlemen, we need to understand the product we have. Because if we don't understand the product we have, we cannot be able to go outside there and speak to the people about our business. So which product do we have, ladies and gentlemen? And what is the importance of this product? Is that I want to do right now. And tomorrow, we shall have a continuation of this product, and it will be done by none other than Captain QQ of the QQ strategy. He will be here to expound on the power of the product we have so that everybody will understand the power of the product. And tomorrow, it will be 5 p.m. South Africa Standard Time, 6 p.m. Ugandan time. We shall be having Captain QQ. This guy has been into crypto trading for the last 7 years. Why do we provide you all this value? Because we want you to be significant to the world outside there. We want you to have the potential power, to have the skills and understand what we have so that you can have the results that we need. And that is key, and that is important for results. The reason why we provide all this information, because we are looking at long-term results. We are looking not at short-term results. We want you to make regular, repeated, and recurring income. We don't want you to join Royalq and make little money at just now. We want to make sure the income you start making, if you start making $500, it remains continuous. And as time goes, you are making $10,000 with you doing nothing. So you need to pay the price right now, have the results that you need. Okay, now, let me explain the product. I'm going to share my screen and share none other than the Royalq robot. I'm going to describe some features about it. And tomorrow, we shall pick it up from there, from QQ Strategy. So allow me share my screen very fast. I'm going to be short. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now, if you look at my screen, we have this application and this application. Today, I'm not going to focus on Binance as an exchanger. I'm only going to focus on Royalq, okay? So if you open your Royalq, ladies and gentlemen, it needs you to have an email and at the same time a password. What does this mean? You can have as many Royalq applications, as many logins as possible. Meaning, ladies and gentlemen, you can log in and log out anytime you want. Okay? So, I'll be logging in one account here. Right. Thank you so much. If you look at our Royalq application, ladies and gentlemen, it has some specific features. One, it has the API binding. where we connect our Royalq to our Binance or Hobby. So if you tap on it, we see we have Binance, and under here, up here we have a video. So if you don't know how to do the API binding, if you tap on the app above, there is a video. There is a video that teaches the API binding. Not only teaches how you can do API binding. Meaning, ladies and gentlemen, if someone has just become part of your team, he can also watch the video that is on the top here. On the top here, the video is there that is teaching the API binding. So you don't need to get stuck with people. Teach someone to tap on the API binding. On the top right corner, there is a video that teaches API binding. Why am I teaching you this? You need a system where things happen without you. Now, down here, we see the IP address. And what is the IP address? It's to ensure that if we are doing the API binding, we are having total security of our money. This IP address is provided by Royalq. Okay? Now, let me go to Hobby. Also, Hobby provides a video. Okay? Also, Hobby provides a big video on the top. And if I touch there, you see, here we come. The video is there. So everything, ladies and gentlemen, has been set for us. We just need to adapt on the system and move on next. You see where we have the revenue. Revenue is where we see the trades that have been done by the robot every day. Someone is saying, Julius, I see the last revenue was on the 7th of August. This is when I had just got started and I was trading with only $60. I realized that I was making little profit and I needed to add in more capital. So what I decided is now to talk to more people, to put more capital in my Binance to make more profit, because I realized that the more the capital, the more the profit. Okay, next is the reward. Anyone you will introduce in the business, meaning if you are doing this business alone, you're only getting the revenue. Only revenue. But you have a team, you're also getting the team trade. So you are enjoying the team trades and at the same time your personal trades. Now, ladies and gentlemen, could you imagine you are earning on yourself, but you're also earning the team trades done by the team? Now, why do you choose to only earn only yourself, yet you can have a team, and so that you can be able to earn whatever they do and see, this is the team. This is the team, ladies and gentlemen. This is the team. And if I go into details about the profits for today, let me talk about the profits today. You see, people are activating and are making profit, and there's a V4. If someone has just joined on the V1 leg, I earn $30. See this. And I also get the activation peer income from the people that are on V4 like me on the same rank. Now, why do you settle for less? Could you imagine 90 days in business, over 30,000 US dollars? It's all about mindset, target, and decision. Now, I leave that part. Now I come to invite a friend. Okay, let me just show you something extraordinary here, but I think I'll show it in the next slide. We have invite a friend. Now that you understand we have a good product, let me explain about this product. First of all, you don't put any of your money into the Binance exchanger, but let me show you these pictures here. Let me show you these pictures. You don't send your money to anybody else. But I'm describing, ladies and gentlemen, an opportunity that is going to provide you daily income. Daily income. without you doing anything. You just get your money in USDT, put it in your Binance, connect the tool. It buys low and sells high. Yes, I understand. Some of you are professional traders. But even professional traders in the house, they know how to read the candles. They know how to read the Bolingo lines. But they cannot, ladies and gentlemen, trade in real time. What do I mean? They look at the history of the particular coin, what we call technical analysis, TA. But these people do not do what is happening immediately, but the robot does what is happening immediately. The market is down, let me buy. The market is up, let me sell. The market is down, let me buy. The market is up, let me sell. What would you want else? No emotions, ladies and gentlemen, no feelings. The robot is not affected by fear. The robot is not affected by greed. Imagine when the market is going down, ladies and gentlemen, traders suffer from fear. They fear to invest because the market is going down. But as the market is going down and they are facing fear, they fail to buy because they are depending on their emotions. And when the market is going up, they are very greedy. Imagine you have become greedy with 5,000 US dollars, but you don't know what is happening in the market in the instant minute. You are just depending your decisions on the history. Yes, the technical analysis is good, but it doesn't produce good results. Now, even if you are a professional trader and you can manually trade for yourself, Royalq provides two options. Either you can trade manually and use a robot. You just choose the coins by yourself. Use a robot to particularly do what is happening in real time. Buying low and selling high. The market is low, let me buy. The market is high, let me sell. The market's low, let me buy. That's why we are talking about smart tracking. It smartly tracks everything. And most importantly, it is speeded. Most importantly, it is safe. And most importantly, it is stable. What do I mean by safe? It doesn't touch any of your money in your Binance. And that is very, very important. But ladies and gentlemen, let me talk about this. Let me talk about the power of Royalq. Now, I need you to understand, I will recommend a book called The Power of the Compounding Effect. And if you have not yet read that book, I will not say the author is running out of my head right now, but make sure you find it. Why? Compounding money is one of the powerful tools you need to become financially free. And this is what Royalq Robot does. If you make $10 on one coin, it reuses the $10 to buy again and sell, meaning it uses your profit to trade with it again. And that's why we are saying they are saying, truly free your hands. Compound interest to roll over unlimited income, meaning it buys and sells, then it buys and sells, it buys and sells, using your capital over and over time. All right. Having talked about that, now let me go to invite a friend, which I've described. Okay, now look at this, ladies. Look at this. Here we have the information. An announcement done by Royalq, pick it from here. Why do you depend your decisions from other people when you have a tool where everything is done? Now, the company is fighting anti-money laundering, combating illegal charges that so many people are doing, and they're giving you the rules that you need to follow. You need to understand, I will not read about this today. So if you see someone is communicating on the platform, on the group, and information you don't understand, come into your Royalq, tap on those 3 lines, pick the information by yourself. Pick the information by yourself. Be reliable as a leader. Right. Next, user guide. When you tap on user guide, it has everything you need to know about the business. If there's something you don't understand, check it up there. Next, quantitative course. Royalq has gone far to provide video explanation for everything that is done in Royalq, including what most of you take right called the floating loss, the unrealized loss. Right, I'm very fast so that I save time. Next, we have here hobby, Binance, we have hobby, where we can see our trades in Binance and see our trades in hobby. Next, we have quantitative. Now, people who love manual trading, you can personally choose a coin from here. You can personally choose a coin from here. And let's see, for example, if I look at this coin, XTZ stroke USDT is increasing at 11.74. If I choose this coin personally, I can choose a coin while also a circle is operating. What do? I come here and I tap on trade settings. Now in the trade settings, Royalq has provided what you call default trade settings, meaning these default trade settings were set by the robot. The amount of fast buy, the open position double, which says if I put $10, robot multiply this by 2. Next, the margin calls. Whenever the market goes down, the robot will buy 7 more times. Next, the whole position take profit. Whenever the market goes up by maybe 1.3%, the robot should take off profit. Next, the whole position take profit callback. When the market goes down by 0.3, the robot should buy. No. When the market, when the market tries to go down by 0.3 and it has already gone up by 1.3, the robot should take off profit. Next, the margin call configuration, where you can decide at what percentage, when the market is going down, should the robot buy? By how many times? I'll not go into that today because tomorrow we are having the big man in the house. Next, they distribute take profit location. And this one is going into, ladies and gentlemen, that the robot can do sub-position. I'll not go into that because we are having the big man tomorrow. So you can particularly set your own trades. Done with that, I go to cycle. Here we have what you call master traders. I'm getting done, ladies and gentlemen, master traders. Now these master traders, before you select a master trader to trade for you, tap on this thing up here, and you can look at how they are performing. The number one trading bot that is making a lot of money is the AI bot. And why do someone asked me yesterday, why don't I use this bot? This bot is for high funds. Someone is saying, let me give you an example. But I can't, I'm not on my Telegram here. These guys trade from 50,000 US dollars and above. So my capital is little. I don't belong in that circle, but they make crazy money. They don't make less than 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, 6,000, 1,000 per day in pure trading. These guys here, and that's why they are leading. I have a leader in my team who's trading with 18,000 US dollars, is in that bot. So if you have good capital, please go and in for that. You will enjoy extra income, extra real income. Then we have these others, but I always go in for the hot lists. The hot lists, they use the most. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow we are having Captain QQ into our midst. He's the #1 leading with those big numbers. Then we have the popular list. He's also the #1 leading. Why is he leading? Because he also involves people like us with little capital to be able to enjoy extra. Now, once you choose a strategy, also understand that this strategy you are using, they have what you call a profit share. They also share profit. I see here this one is sharing. I won't go into this, but they are sharing how they are making profit. So choose accordingly. Next, news. Now here on news, we have this, but you can also chat with your sponsor. You can do a video call with your sponsor. You can do anything. You can send videos with your sponsor. You can chat. You can do anything with the person who brought you in the business. And you can even make calls. You can even send videos. You can do anything here. It's a perfect application. So you can communicate and chat. I also chat with my directs. And I haven't congratulated her for V4 here. Let me just do this. And usually she's always, yesterday she became people. So when you join, you can be able to enjoy that. Mine. Okay, this is my last take, ladies and gentlemen. Right, I'm a V4 by rank. I've been in this business. I love opportunity. I love Royalq. One, when someone is going to activate their robot, make sure you tap on mine. Ladies and gentlemen in the house, tap on the top here where we see the email, right? Tap on this arrow and confirm the cancel before someone activates their robot. Why? We have so many fake things happening online. Make sure you will confirm the cancel. Make sure you confirm this cancel. Make sure you confirm this cancel that it's you. 2, personalize your nickname. You see, my nickname is Julius, meaning if someone activates their robot, they can see that the cancel is Julius, right? That's done. Let me come to Profession Edition. Now, after you have activated your robot, and maybe you have done the API binding, it is important for you to switch on the Profession Edition. Now, when you switch it on, it brings a couple of questions. And this couple of questions, ladies and gentlemen, you need to make sure, I have only 7 minutes to end. You need to make sure you tap on any circle. The green one is the right answer and submit next member center. Here is the compensation plan. Now, why do you strive if the compensation plan is in your back office? It is here. From V1, how you are paid, V2, how you are paid, V3, how you are paid, how you rank up, everything is provided here. Next. Asset. This is where we receive money per second. As I'm speaking to you, at 11:23, I received 11:23, I received 11:23, 34, 11:23, 33. I receive money per second. Let me say something crazy. When I was growing up, there is this player I loved so much, Michael Owen. But when I grew up, I loved so much Cristiano Ronaldo, but I was very annoyed because he was earning too much. So I said, God, could you bring a business where I also earn per second? Ladies and gentlemen, I earn little, but I earn per second. That's why it keeps on accumulating up here. I don't know how much you want to collect today, but when you decide and take a decision to have both your personal trades and your team trades, you will be making per second. Then we have the API binding. You can also do it from here. Then we have the team. Okay, so with the team, you can be able to visualize whoever joins your team. Only 3 months in business, let me see, close to 4,000 people in my team. Today, I think it will be exactly 4,000 because it is 3,940. 60 is going to be a done deal today, I know. So it's about you. It's about you and your decision, right? Okay, so we go to rewards. I've already shown you. This. Okay, now to rewards. I wanted to show you where does this money come from. I think I've already showed you this. Okay, now, okay. Circle owners, the income. If you make your own circle, you can make your own circle. I'll not talk about that today. My synchronized strategy, you can see the strategy you are using for both Binance and Hobby. Share. If the link there doesn't work, you can tap on share here and copy the link and someone joins your team. When you tap on this arrow, it provides you different photos that usually pass on the top. You can usually save them for yourself. You save one, you tap on it, save it, you tap on it, save it, it goes into your phone and you can share with anyone about the business. Next, Royalq feedback. Now at Royalq feedback, if you have any technical problem, Royalq provides 24 hours, 7-day service in different languages. So if you have a trading problem, an account problem, money flow problem, a bug problem, a suggestion, an API binding issue, or any other, you tap here. But at the same time, ladies and gentlemen, you can also contact the online service. But also, we have the latest communications are here. We have a beginner's guide. You're a beginner and you want to learn everything, it's here. Then we have related questions. What does synchronized double mean? You tap on it, they give you the answer. Synchronized position double after opening, if the owner's strategy is to open a position double, Then the user will open the double position if the owner, so they're explaining to you. Any question you have about your business is answered here in the back office. So if you are not satisfied, for example, there's one I love, am I fund safe? You come and read yourself, am I fund safe? The operation of Royalq robot is performed on the exchange for you. Your funds are in your hobby or Binance. Royalq, you cannot transfer your funds, but the robot will help you to do it in hobby and Binance. Buy low and sell high. Every day for you 24 hours a day. Meaning it is helping even to protect your funds. So everything you need to know is here. Lastly, as I come to the end, ladies and gentlemen, I think the strategy. Now you need to also, people have questions. What does Royalq use to trade? Which strategy does it use? It's also answered here. The description strategy, the improved martingale strategy of never going out of position, of never liquidating your money is here. The quantitative trading parameter that it uses to trade is here. So everything is answered to you. Okay, next. I didn't share this on asset. You can also determine your gas fees at how much amount the robot should remind you. Then next is security. You can have security of your money by having a password. You can change your email. You can change your password. You can have a verification code. You can also have what we call a withdraw address management, where you can create a white list of different wallets you are withdrawing. You can send your money to any TRC20 USDT wallet. If it is in Trust Wallet, it can go there. If it is in Binance, it can go there. Any wallet, the money can travel. Next. System settings. You can be able to delete and clear. You can change your phone. If it's night, you keep it night. If it is day, you keep it day. All these are here. You can switch to night mode. You can switch to day mode. Anything to protect your eyes as you are working. You can change your language. As we speak, we only have English, Indonesia, Portuguese, China, and other languages. Okay, then about Royalq. If you want to know about Royalq, you can follow Royalq on Facebook. You can follow Royalq on Twitter. You can follow Royalq on Telegram, YouTube. Okay, next. I need to switch back to my demo. Next. I think I've done what I'm supposed to do today. What I've forgotten, maybe another time, but I want to thank you for taking time to be here. It has been a pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege to have you here. I'm humbled and, ladies and gentlemen, proud to work with you as Team 123 International. I want to promise you we shall sustainably be here every day to ensure that everyone who becomes part of our team, they have the results they deserve. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry today I will not be handling any questions, but I just want to inform you, this banner is going to be out about tomorrow's event, 6 p.m. South Africa Standard Time, sorry, 5 p.m. South Africa Standard Time, 6 p.m. East Africa Standard Time, 5 p.m. Rwanda time, 11 p.m. Malaysian time, and different time zones. It will be 1 a.m. in Australia. It will be 12 p.m. in Northern America, that country known as Suriname. It will be, which other country? It will be 3 p.m. in Ghana. It will be, I think, 4 p.m. in UK, Nigeria, Ghana, and Cameroon. Ghana, it will be 3 p.m., but Nigeria and Cameroon, it will be 4 p.m. Thank you so much, everybody. It has been a nice time to be with you. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out this, ladies and gentlemen, to ensure significancy. Share with your leaders. Let them come and learn this information. I want to assure you, we shall make sure you make this money. Either you like it or you don't like it. All right. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. We meet at 2 p.m. South Africa Standard Time. I'll be here explaining the opportunity. And we meet again, ladies and gentlemen, at 8 p.m. East Africa Standard Time. But tomorrow on Saturday, we shall have no morning training. We shall have no midday training. We shall have one Zoom meeting. One Zoom meeting tomorrow. One Zoom meeting at that time with Captain QQ. So I'm going to be sharing the link and be there in person. God bless you, and I wish you a perfect day. We meet on the roads of hard work and we achieve our goals. Set your goal, go for it today, and I tell you, you will make it. God bless.